gorgeous humans? I'm in Vienna. Look at my freaking dress for tonight. I'm going to a ball, and I'm not kidding, because this year I'm doing all the things that I was waiting to do. Now, with that, there is a lot more possible in your life than you believe that you can do right now. A lot of us think that we have to wait to do the things that we really want to do in life, not realizing that the logistics are in front of us. There is often a sale or a budget-friendly way to achieve some of the things that we want to do. There is often time in our schedules to do the things we've been meaning to do. We just aren't as committed to them as we say we are. We want to say we are committed to something, but only actions back that up. And I had to get really real with myself. Forever, I was like, I'm gonna learn Spanish. And I'm like, Erica, you are just a talker, not a walker. For years and years and years, I made up so many different excuses as to why I couldn't have or do the things that I wanted to do. As little a thing as invite friends over for a brunch, when the house looks better, when I have more time, when I feel more confident, when I'm not gonna get awkward. The point is, I started doing it as soon as I felt the fear. I did it anyway, because it's not about living with no fear. It's about taking the actions to desensitize ourselves to the scary stuff. Because once you repeat something, it becomes less scary. Then it made me realize I can do things immediately. I can travel, I can do the things that I wanna do more soon than I actually believed I could. And that is because the distance that you believe your dreams are away from you is the distance that they stay. So that is the beauty of manifestation. It's a game of claiming that those things are with you now in your vibration and in your physiology. And as blocks come up to that, clearing them. It's not about toxic positivity. It's about feeling all your feelings to transform them. On the road to becoming attuned to that positive vibration that you need to get the thing that you have, right? Fulfillment is the key to becoming the frequency that you need to attract things to fulfill you. Is that getting a little crazy for you? Laws of physics. However, in the process to feeling content and happy, there's always things that come up to block you. So someone who has manifested a lot hasn't permanently gotten rid of feelings of trauma, feelings of self-doubt, feelings of who do I think I am. They just transform them more quickly. It's the game that I've played for over 10 years now, is how do I transform those feelings more quickly? And a lot of the time I need to feel them. There's therapy, energy work, healing work. It's not about suppression. That's toxic like positivity. It's about expressing yourself. But the key is, as you're eliminating the blocks on your road to having things more quickly, to doing the things that you think you have to wait for now, a lot of your negative beliefs are going to come up. It's about being the victor, not the victim, and being committed to transforming that thing. Some people go to personal growth conferences over and over. They've been to 20 of them. They do growth work forever on the same issue because they're addicted to the transformation process. And some people declare that they are overcoming things so that they can move on to transforming that next level of what they need to truly become the self that they were meant to on this planet, to fulfill the purpose that their soul is requiring them to become. This sounds weird, but I'm not the same person that I came to Europe as. I started in a conference. We did a lot of meditative stuff. We did a lot of personal work. We did biofeedback and neuro pathway studies. And there was a moment where I'm like, this can happen for me. Everything I want in my life can happen for me. I was wrestling with, is it really possible to have these big, juicy things in my world? And there was a belief there that they weren't possible. And that belief was the only blockage to having them more quickly. Whether that happens a minute from now, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, the game is to develop a momentum in the belief that it can happen for you, such that it is sustained, becomes habit, is repeated through your routines, and becomes your new belief, your new frequency, your new attraction point. There is so much in this, but I'm so passionate about it right now, having just been to this personal growth conference, taking a trip that I have thought for years that I had to wait to take, I'm taking now. There's a lot available to us. Our excuses are most of the time what holds us back from having them, not the actual circumstances, not the schedule, not the paperwork, not the people that aren't in your corner that don't support you, not the pet, not the child, though that is super, I know moms out there, my sister, I'm with her every minute. It's a big responsibility. And you also have a responsibility for yourself. I love being in my sister's corner and saying, no, you're not canceling therapy. That's not coming off your schedule. You're not canceling your massage this week. You need to make sure that you are a whole, living, functioning, beautiful person so that you can deliver your gifts, deliver from your cup the way that your child actually even needs you to show up in the world. So I'm gonna be your support system too. If you do have kids, I don't know if maybe you're watching this. I want you to make sure that you're doing you. I'm put on the planet to make sure, to remind you that you have that time for yourself. And it's not always easy. We live in our human bodies with a lot of human objections, but we are doing that so that we can stay secure in our lives and not take those big risks, so that we can stay comfortable complaining instead of playing on the skinny branches and losing. Because I lose, we all lose sometimes. We all get embarrassed, we all get rejected. I feel like crying. I have experienced such rejection in my life, but it's because I come out to take the swings, okay? That is true bravery, and if you're watching this, that's what you're meant to be doing, because I attract the people in this lifetime that are meant to be brave and take these actions. So everything I just talked about, that belief transformation, taking some action that you think you're not ready to take them. Put in the work. Heal the beliefs that are coming up for you. Wherever you are in your process, I want to hear about it, but this is just like a true reminder that your purpose on the planet is to take that treasure map of self, not to find a treasure, but to find many, People are like, oh, it's a never-ending journey, but they don't talk about the treasure that you can find in a day, the treasure that you can find in a minute. You don't take the journey to never find the treasure. You take the journey to find a new treasure daily that lights you up and adds to the light of self, forever permanently transforming the darkness, like the dark spots, and forever illuminating what dark spot is now coming up for you to transform as you ascend into that full adventurer of soul, adventurer of self, discovering what makes you tick, what blocks you, what you enjoy, what you want to do in your life, how you can create it, how you can feel better daily, how those feelings create thoughts, how those thoughts that you have on repeat that are better for you create better feelings. It's a cycle. And how those feelings and thoughts create emotions. And those emotions and that emotional state that is sustained in your body create new beliefs. And this little process is what I live, is what I breathe, it's what I teach, it's what I put into the work and content in the world. And it's what allows me to sustain permanent hope. Depression is just the state of blackness where there is no hope left. Hopelessness doesn't exist for me now, and it did at a point. But now this is so repetitive that even though dark spots exist for me, even though sometimes I feel like, man, sad or down and out, it'll never be hopeless, because I know that I can lean back on this toolkit I've built for myself, sustaining that process I just talked about. I hope this helps. I love you. That's all.